Hey folks, welcome back to Doki Literature Club. Last time, we had started our second playthrough and begun working on our first poem distribution. We wrote this for Natsuki and showed it to Yuri. With Sayori having been deleted from existence, there are only the 3 girls in the club right now. So, I think we'll save Monika for last and we'll show the poem to Natsuki. I'm curious, she seems to be the troublemaker, so I'm curious how she's going to react to this. She's also been breaking the fourth wall and doing a bunch of other weird stuff. And we had an interaction with Natsuki last episode where we learned that she's abused at home and is malnourished because her family refuses to spend money on food for her. Well, that second part is sort of inferred, but it does seem like she has a pretty nasty home life. Anyway, let's go ahead and show her our poem and see how she reacts to it. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Huh? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. You went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. So we have read this before. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decide to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay, so that was largely the same as... It was slightly different, but largely the same as our first interaction with her. This time, she liked the first poem as opposed to disliking it, but the second part of her response was basically identical. Let's see what Monika has to say. Hi, Josue. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Josue. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, Josue. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ah, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem? So she just casually reveals all this like dark backstory. It's almost like she's slamming her, dissing her to make us like get afraid to be involved with her. Yeah, it's and she does it as like naturally and clearly as if it's like the most ordinary thing in the world. It's a little bit insidious, I think is the word I'm looking for. Anyway, don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. I'm not sure we've read this before. I think we read another poem with the same title or about the same subject. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper, the sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Yeah, there was another poem about looking through a hole in the wall and realizing you're the one being watched and going blind. He wasn't looking at me. The room begins to crinkle. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, is there some condition or constraint on Monika, perhaps, that she has to be the winning girl? But then they set up the game so that she can't be? Like, she's like her. There would have to be some sort of like win condition or goal for the AI for them to train it on within the context of the game. So maybe the goal is to become the winning girl, but then they set it up in order to prevent the AI from like, I don't know, achieving true sentience and escaping or whatever. For some reason, they set up the game so that she can't win. So her only way to win is to sabotage the other girls or destroy them. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but it sounds like, if this is Monika's poem, it sounds like she's desperate to be the winning girl, if you will, within the context of the game, to be chosen. And she constantly feels that Josaway, or the protagonist, is looking at the other girls, because that's the way the game's been set up. You can't target her. You have to choose to write your poems for one of the other girls. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what these poems are trying to say, but there's definitely a sense of desperation and an idea that she would do things, almost anything, to survive, it feels like. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whew, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Listen to the music. Oh no, it felt like there was a bit of that creepy minor key creeping in, but I might have misheard that. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. So they're repeating the argument they had before, and we've read through this, so I think I might skip through this a little bit. She has suggestions, doesn't ask for it. Monika liked it, Josue liked it. She doesn't want help either. Josue liked my poem. Didn't realize you were so interested in pressing our member. Fighting over Josue. Insulting each other. Accusing her of stuffing her bra. Oh, this just got a little bit more interesting. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle's too much for someone your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Josue hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Josue, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. And then they start screeching at each other. So the fight went a lot further this time, and now we just have to make a choice. So this time we're gonna side with Natsuki. That's who we picked for this playthrough. Wow, it's like not letting me. Oh my goodness. Monika stuffs her face in front of the choice. Holy mackerel, that escalated. Let's put it that way. And now, see, notice she's standing in front of the text and the buttons, like she's inserted herself in front of the playthrough. What's she got to say here? Hey, Josue, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Haha. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Tears streaming down her face. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Josue. Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's just something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. That's ominous. Is she going to erase her memory or something? Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Josue. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but what? Oh, what the? Holy mackerel! Oh my goodness! Whatever was about to happen there just got. Okay, all right. Man, they are really throwing curveballs now. That was, I don't know what was about to happen, but Monika didn't allow it. Very interesting. Huh. So we got skipped straight to writing the second story, or second poem. Man, this game is getting really, really interesting. The continued, like, they keep finding new and interesting ways to throw me off. I'm really, really enjoying it. Like, I was getting really into whatever was going to happen. It seemed like Yuri was afraid of Monika, right? Like, she wanted to say something to us, but she didn't want to say it in front of Monika. She was looking for an excuse. And then the whole interaction, whatever it was, just got cut, and we skipped straight here. Another glitch. I'm going to save here and check for any other exceptions in the files. So traceback is still the same. Attributions is the same. Nothing happened here with Can You Hear Me? That hasn't changed. Okay, not much. We do have a new picture, it looks like. I guess that would be the poem. Yeah, so there was another poem titled Hole in the Wall, I think. Let me take a look at the poems here. Dear sunshine, bottles, take my hand, become the flower. Amy like spiders, I'll be your beach. Ghost under the light, the raccoon, beach. Hole in wall, yeah. Monika's first poem. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I was at home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. So then this is followed by Monika's second poem was Save Me, Load Me. Her third poem was The Lady Who Knows Everything. And then a continuation of Monika's first poem appearing only in Act 2, Hole in the Wall. Right. Huh. Okay. Let's resume. Nothing's happened to Natsuki yet, but I feel like it will pretty soon. Let's go ahead and load back in. I guess we said we would try to continue working for Natsuki poems here. So, games, poof, Doki Doki, anime, sugar, let's see, dazzle, shiny, poop, candy, skirt, parfait, lollipop, fireflies, heart, giggle, marshmallow. What is this? What is this? What is this supposed to be? I kind of want to choose it. I don't know what it is. Something weird is going on here. I gotta choose this. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what that did. Another glitch. Bouncy. Kitty. Strawberry. I don't know what choosing that did. All right, back into the story. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Josaway. Ah, hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading a manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Chasaway, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything's a little bit brighter with you around and... sorry, what am I saying right now? I just... Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Huh? Jeez.
Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing.
Like, I don't know what to do with that. It's like she's not the one speaking, or... because in the past we've seen... When we've seen the thick black outline on the text, it's been like the true thoughts hidden beneath the surface. So if that was the case here, that means, I guess, like there's like kind of two ways I can interpret it, right? One is that we're seeing her true thoughts, and that's because she doesn't even have the context to put a surface on top of them. So all that's there is the blankness left after Monika, presumably Monika, deleted her memory of what happened. And the other thing is that, like, the other possible interpretation is that, like, there's a part of her that is aggressively telling Yuri to pretend like nothing happened because it's dangerous, or it's lethal to talk about it as if it happened when it quote unquote didn't. I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but I guess I just say it in her voice with maybe a little more emphasis. I'm just not sure. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. I guess the other interpretation would be that she's saying, like, from the remainder of those lines, it could be that she's saying something that somebody else has written for her, that, like, maybe Monika has inserted text for her to say in that scenario. Because when she revealed the truth about herself, it was kind of like, that could be considered off-putting to some guys, I guess. Probably to most people, to reveal that you have an abusive home life. That would be probably a way of pushing people away, or a way of warning them off. And here, it's like Monika is speaking through Natsuki to make Yuri shut the fuck up, right? So maybe the black outline text is Monika speaking through another character, or forcing them to say certain things. Maybe that's the way we can think of it. Obviously, Yuri isn't quite sure how to respond to this. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Haha. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys aren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long, anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Aw, well thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Josue. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club, or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki's already run off into the closet. Josue, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Oh, I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, She's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. What? Another weird cut? So if our hypothesis is correct, well, no, I see that seemed more like Yuri's true self coming out than Monika speaking for her. But the outline made it clear, like, this is abnormal. I really don't know what to make of this. It's like the game sees that we're writing our poems for Natsuki. We're trying to get close to Natsuki on this playthrough, and it's blocking us. It's stopping us. But at the same time, that weird cut happened when we were about to something was going to happen with Yuri, and that got cut out. It's very weird. It's very weird. What's the story about anyway? Well, Now look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Josue? It's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Whatever she was saying there got cut off. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. What did that say? Oh my god, it goes by so fast. Something about, like, other people. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So again, I do think it's like their true feelings are coming through, or the real raw thoughts that they cover up with these kind of like masks that they show to other people that everybody wears, right? Like, everybody has intrusive thoughts, and sometimes you have like really dark thoughts that aren't exactly intrusive, but that like you feel an emotion, you feel anger, and you think something really horrible and hurtful, but you don't say that, or you have contempt for somebody in a professional setting, but you don't say that out loud. You just kind of try to find a polite professional way to redirect their terrible idea. Things like that. I think the black outline is like their true thoughts and feelings, and they're not meant to be shown to us, so they're covered up with surface, like polite surface talk. But we're getting a little bit of a glimpse here and there in this second act. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Whoa! God damn it, that one was messed up. That one threw me. I didn't like that. The audio cue combined with the sharp, bright color change, it was like a jump scare. I didn't like that one at all. I do have to say something I only just realized, and I know I'm like slowing down in my progress because I'm stopping to give my thoughts here and there, but like I think that's part of the playthrough experience. I've realized that like I don't have a lot of choices, right? The protagonist, like the only choice he really has is the choice when he's making a poem or who to show it to in what order. So it's not like I have a bunch of dialogue choices to try and like manipulate the outcomes of the game. It's pretty much a predetermined path. It is a visual novel, so that's to be expected. But I was also thinking like the protagonist isn't reacting at all to the bizarreness that's going on right now. Like all of his lines are exactly identical to the first game, or the first playthrough, the first act, whatever you want to call it. It's like the protagonist, the player, I'm recognizing all this creepy ass bullshit that's going on. The protagonist is just like meandering through as scripted, no changes whatsoever. It would be interesting to see if like there's an act 3, if he starts reacting, like experiencing psychological horror or recognizing or noticing some of these weird occurrences. But so far, he's very robotic like. He's just plodding through, reciting the scripted lines with no changes or reactions. So it's a little bit, I guess it's a little bit limiting or a little bit frustrating to not be able to have an option to go like, hey, what the fuck was that you just said, right? There's no button to click to say that instead of the normal line. But there's a lot of interesting, creepy stuff happening, and it's getting really good. So let's keep pressing forward here. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yes. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. What did that say? Did that say something like I was just staring at your body? That goes by so fast. I wonder if I should change my settings here. Because I had the text speed set to super fast. I wonder if I set it lower, if I'll have a chance to read stuff like that. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. So this is a repeat of a scene we saw in Act 1, but obviously something is going to change here. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Look at her face. Look at her face as she says that. I don't think that was the same last time. So it's almost like she's like nervous, embarrassed, scared that we'll find out the truth that she does relate to this character and is trying to lie her way out of it. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why it came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling all right? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing's a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. All right, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I'll leave it until the next one happens so we can check it out, but I'm not sure if it's going to make a difference. Josue? Did something happen? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's not anything alarming. All right, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. So we only have two choices here, Natsuki and Monika. Now, this poem was interesting because we wrote it for Natsuki, but there was that weird glitch when we were writing it. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Monika's the creepy one. Let's start with Natsuki. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this was as good as your last one, I'd be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Okay, alright. So, either this is encrypted and I'm expected to somehow, outside of the game, find a way to decrypt it, or it's just gobbledygook nonsense. I mean, what am I supposed to... the two equal signs make it seem like it's encrypted. That seems like some kind of a magic symbol that you would use to identify the encryption algorithm, and then I'm not sure, but obviously I can't read this. Okay. Okay, this is her true thoughts. Josue, why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri's a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, Josue, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please, just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. fuck? What? Okay. So we tried to get close to Natsuki, and the game wouldn't let us. What just happened? Natsuki, like, there was an end screen there for a second. So is she dead? Is she gone? Did Monika delete her? Here's something new. Here's something new. I.txt. I hate this. I can't do anything. Nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would be really, really easy to kill myself right now, but that would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? Jesus. Oh my God. And this cannot be addressed to the in-game Josue. This has to be addressed to me as the player. Easy to kill myself, but then I don't get to talk to you. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? So, because we went after Natsuki, the game, like, she pushed us away from Natsuki. She, like, interrupted everything. She tried to stop us getting close to her and, like, exposed as much of the darkness around Yuri as she could. Wow. Wow. Really cool. What's the new picture? It's the new poem? The encrypted poem or something else? Concept art for Natsuki. And then concept art for different uniform styles. Man, okay. We're getting in a little deeper. There's still no new side stories available. Interesting. Write poems for different characters and view their special scenes in DLC. That's gonna be it for this time, folks. I don't even know what else to say. Like, it's gotten twisted and dark, and it's accelerating that twist. It's accelerating that darkness. It's very, very interesting. We only have Monika and Yuri left now. So when we go back in, we'll try sharing our poem with Monika and see what she thinks. And then somehow I have a feeling we're going to be shunted into Act 3 where there's only the two of them. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But it definitely seems like it's Monika is the culprit. He's trying to make us hate the other girls. But the way the game is structured, there's no option. There's no way to hate them. There's no way to choose Monika. So, which is ironic because in the very first playthrough, that's what I wanted to do. But the structure of the game wouldn't let me. Anyway, that is going to be it for this time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying. This is a really, really interesting visual novel for sure. I hope you're enjoying my rendition of it, my playthrough of it. And I hope we see you again next time. Take care.